Hey guys, it's Ksmr here. As you can see, this is a video where I'm going to be playing the Marvel Avengers Academy game for Android. This is the start screen. For any of you who've not played the game, this is a game done by the Tiny Cocos company, in which it reimagines the characters of the Marvel Universe all as teenagers attending a so-called superhero academy. The game has been out for a few months. There's been quite a few different events. At the moment we're in the middle of a Spider-Man event. As you can see, there's a fair bit been unlocked in the game that I've played, but there's a few things coming that will be unlocked soon. So in this video I'm just going to be taking you through some of the general workings of the game. I'm going to complete a few missions and just show you around, really. Let you see some of the characters and some of the buildings. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these ticks. These represent missions that have been completed, which if you do ones that are specified that need doing, you win things for the game or progress in certain ways. So I'm just going to get rid of all of these ticks so you can see the screen quickly. This is your little notice board. This shows you which missions you need to do. As you can see, there's one I've completed in its entirety, and there are a couple that need things doing to them. So I'm going to get those ticks. When you tick them off this screen here, you get mini shield helicarriers coming to drop off little goodies that contain things that you need to keep going and to upgrade characters and to upgrade buildings and to move along in the story. So I have some coins here and some experience points that helps boost up my level. As you can see, I'm at level 29. I currently have 10,890 coins, which does not go as far as it should. In the upper right corner, I have one shard, which is like an in-game currency, which you have to purchase, really, to get. I have been guilty of purchasing some in the past. I don't really like in-game purchases, but there's sometimes it's alright, I don't mind it. This game's not too bad for that. There's been plenty of games out there in which just charge you a fortune for very little. Okay, so let me talk you through the menu screen here. So we'll start top left. As you can see, there's a number 29. That represents the level I'm at currently. Move along, there is a greeny blue icon that says 2,901 on it, and that is a current currency for the Spider-Man event that's happening right now. Sorry if you can hear some traffic in the background. I've been waiting for a time when it might be quiet enough to make any sort of video, but as usual, that time never comes, so I just thought I'd make one. Next to that is the coins I've amassed, which can be spent on buying buildings and upgrading your characters. Then you have the shards, which I spoke about. As you move down to the right, there is a picture of a woman here. That is the Black Cat. She is here waiting to be unlocked, as you can see. She's got a very funky black cat jumper on, which is, not at all conspicuous. She seems to be doing some sort of strange, conspicuous dance thing here. I'm not sure what that's about. But yeah, so clicking this icon here will show you all the things you need to do to unlock her, which are quite a few things in this one. It's taking quite a time to unlock her, but I'm sure I will do it. Come on, hello Spider-Woman, looking at me there. Going further down here, there's a little shopping bag that says 14. That is your inventory of sorts for the things you can purchase. Your first menu is the special things you can buy for the Spider-Man event. The second one is characters, so I can show you that if you wanted to, you could buy War Machine, You could upgrade Spider-Man. You could purchase Hulk early before he comes in the game. Nebula, the Vision, Miss Marvel, Quake. These things here are all locked. I've not unlocked the ability to change them yet. The Avengers symbol is about the levels for the buildings and for the characters. Well, I've got enough money to buy that. I might do that soon. The game is constantly plugging me to try and buy Spider-Ham, and I'm really not interested. Then you have decor, so you can buy things like a Howard Stark statue, a shawarma stand, Captain America's motorcycle, the Academy banners and trees and bushes and benches and different coloured flower beds. So that's your shop. You have a little coat hanger here that represents Van Dyne's outfit store. That was one of the things you built pretty early on. Janet Van Dyne, who is also the Wasp, is a fashionista, and she keeps all of the superhero costumes in her store. For example, here's one for Ant-Man. This is his Giant Man outfit, as seen in the latest Captain America film, which is awesome. Then you have his, I think is that the only outfit for him I have at the moment? I think I do. Black Widow here, she has a few costumes. Iron Widow costume, Super Spy Widow, the Undercover Widow, which I've not unlocked yet. Captain America has his original Captain America costume. The Falcon has Captain America Falcon, which I think is pretty cool. Iron Man has a superior Iron Man costume. Iron Surfer, Intergalactic Iron Man. That was for the Guardians of the Galaxy event, which happened not that long ago. Business Time Tony. And then you have the Wasp with a retro futuristic look. She sort of parades around doing very high leaps. Reporter Wasp, this is her undercover looked. Tropical Wasp, High Fashion Wasp. And Loki's outfit is a Frost Giant Loki, which is pretty cool. So this is your Van Dyne store, like I said. Next to that, you have the Avengers Gym, which is very handy, particularly for Captain America. He likes to spend a long time on the treadmill. The Enchantress as well tries her best to remain as stunning as she is by keeping fit. Next to that is the Black Panther's Wakandan hideout that's just sort of dropped out of the sky. He uses this place to sort of scale walls and to keep trim, I suppose. There is a couple of birds floating around above it. Next to that, I'm a very strange decorator in games, I have to say. I have not put this in any sort of order. But we have the Avengers Track and Field Stadium, in which characters like Black Widow and the Vision run around, do that's swimming. I know nothing about the sport in any way. Do laps is what I was looking for, to earn points. Then next to that you have Hank Pym's laboratory. I've upgraded this a couple of times, so it's a bit more futuristic than it was when I first got it. When you send a character to do something, to do some research here, Hank Pym appears in his Giant Man guise and sits on the back of the wall there, overlooking what you're doing. Here is the Quinjet hangar. Underneath this silver floor here is the Avengers Quinjet. And when you need to go on outside missions, you run inside there and take it for a spin. Next to it here is a floating brain. That was for an event a while ago. I can't remember what it was for. Now it's kind of useless. It doesn't do anything but sit there. As does this fire here. Just a couple of, there's some odd bits and bobs floating around that are from different events, which kind of unlocked different icons and things and tools when the event was going on, but after the event they become completely null and void. Here we have the Avengers Library, or the Timeless Archives. As you can see, currently Iron Man is swatting up on some important research. knowing Tony Stark, he's probably looking, yes, in fact, he is studying historic ladies. So he looks very studious there, but I'm pretty sure there's a penthouse or a Playboy hidden between those pages. You also get Loki and the Enchantress coming here to study spells. Here is a Captain America Wants You poster next to his original World War II motorcycle. And next to that is this. What is this? It's an antidote generator. This is for the current Spider-Man event. This is to get the antidote to stop Kurt Connors from becoming the Lizard, so you can help defeat him. Next to that is the Robo Dojo. This came up during the Guardians of the Galaxy event, as you can tell by this Nebula Wanted poster, this hologram poster that's next to it. This whole area here was for the Guardians of the Galaxy sections, so it had Star-Lord's cassette deck, Rocket's weapon rack, a meteorite, a Nova Blaster arcade game, a Guardians sign, the Club Galaxy, which is kind of pretty cool. In here the characters of Guardians of the Galaxy come in. Rocket and Star-Lord have a bit of a dance on the dance floor, while Drax the Destroyer and Gamora play the instruments up top. Here is a ramen shop. I don't know what that was about, but there it is. And here you'll see some bobbleheads from the Guardians of the Galaxy event. You have Groot, Rocket, Star-Lord, and the Galactic Armoured Iron Man. They're pretty cool. Next is the Avengers Park. This came up during the Captain Britain event, which was the last thing that happened. Within the Avengers Park, you can see this fountain here, which actually contains the Lady of the Lake. Captain Britain will come here and go for the Sword and Stone, which is just outside the event here, next to this giant palm tree. Like I say, I've not really spent a lot of time matching all the decorations together. I probably should have done. Beyond the Guardians of the Galaxy area, you have quite a lot of greenery, and you get to the Asgardian stage. I have not unlocked Thor yet, he comes quite a way into the game. But here you have the Bifrost Bridge, when Loki can go and transport himself to and from Asgard. You have the Arena of War, where characters come and battle each other and train. You have here an Asgardian statue of, I think, a relatively nameless person. Then currently the Enchantress is working on some spells. She is currently enchanting some artifacts, no doubt, which will be used for some nefarious purpose. You also have a little station here in which Captain America and Iron Man both work on their shields and armour respectively. Up the top here you can see this shield sign. The whole place is run, as you can imagine, by Nick Fury and Maria Hill, with Pepper Potts helping. Another shield building here is the Shield HQ. Currently Wonder Man is studying famous armour in here. A lot of quests take place in this building as your heroes train. It is next door to the blasting range, where characters like the Black Widow, the Vision, Wonder Man, Rocket, any character with guns or blasting kind of weapons will use these targets. Like a gun range really, but for superpowers. Behind there, tucked away, is a little Spider-Man symbol which drops some web shooters, which is very handy, and a couple more bobbleheads like you can see. I have currently unlocked the Spider-Man one and the Black Cat one, so they're bobbling away in the background next to the Avengers clock tower, which keeps them all abreast of what time it is. It currently is 12:30, and it always seems to be 12:30 in the Avengers Academy. Next door to that is the Avengers Dorm, where the Avengers can go and relax and contemplate. Currently Drax is in the dorm room, and he's plotting revenge on someone. I'm sure that will end well for him. Upstairs in the dorm room, you have a little chair here for anyone who wants to sit on the little balcony, but you also have a punching bag up top that Captain America and Agent 13 and Nebula like to come and work out their frustrations. Next door to that is Stark Tower, Jarvis is in and around this building. Many people go to research and speak to him and ask him for information. Behind here is the club. This is where the Avengers go to let off steam by playing a bit of pool, having a bit of a dance, getting a drink served by a robot butler. Just behind it is a British bulldog. I'm not sure why. And a statue of Peggy Carter. That's very nice. Then behind this is the inventory. As you can see, it contains a lot of artifacts that you collect during your time that you don't necessarily need all the time, but eventually you can come to. There's lots of things in here, lots of masks and belts and web shooters and tokens and diamonds and all sorts of things that you keep hold of. You have a shawarma stand here. Oh, hello, Nebula. Nebula seems to be wanting to practice punching, so I think we'll send her to the Avengers dorm to do that. Let's watch her as she goes, works her way over, gets into the dorm, runs up the stairs and gets to the punch bag. And she works out her frustrations. She's quite an angry young woman, but then if I was bald and blue-headed, I think I might be too. Let's leave her to that. She's doing that for 15 minutes. Here, let's have a see who else we can spot. Okay, well, first we come across here is Lady Sif. She's looking very casual today with a little baseball cap and a midriff showing. Let's see what she can be doing. We have a list of things for her to do. Currently nothing she can do is helping the event. So I will let her have a bit of a rest. And she can go and get a drink at the club. So off she goes. Daytime drinking, not a great sign. But here she is, being served by her robot butler, getting a little drink, just having a bit of a relax. How nice. Outside the club, you can see the Black Widow. She is stood around, looking pretty lovely in leather. Let's have a look at some of the outfits. Shall I change her to? Oh, where are you going? That's her Iron Man outfit and her Super Spy outfit. This is her normal outfit. Now there are two tasks I need for her to do. I need to test invisibility tech and to find weak points at Pym's lab. So I'm going to send her to the laboratory, get her to go to work. So off she goes. She can speak to Hank Pym about sorting weak points out. Here she goes, doing some research, and out pops Hank Pym, large as life and twice as bearded, having a sit, watching pretty much nothing, while Natasha Romanoff does all the work. That doesn't seem very fair, but there we go. Okay, here we have the Falcon. Let's change his outfit. This is his more everyday outfit. He is currently waiting to learn some bird calls. I think he may have lost his Falcon and he's looking to get one back. So let's help him with that. That would counteract with Tony's current task, so I best off get him doing something else. So I'm going to get him to go to the Avengers Stadium and have a bit of a run around. Off he goes, running around like a madman until he gets to the stadium, and then he's going to start taking some laps. On it, set, go. Just a nice pace, bit of a jog. Didn't feel like it was necessary to take his backpack off. That's fine. Ready, set, go. Okay, he's kind of cheating. He is cheating around the stadium there by using his wings. I hope someone comes and referees this and disqualifies him, because that's kind of out of order. But let's leave him to that. Here's Gamora. She's very punk rock at the moment with her pink tinged hair and her ripped Skull Bones t-shirt. She looks kind of nice, but she is a fierce warrior. She isn't doing anything at the moment, so let's get her to go to the Club Galaxy and practice her guitar skills. Her guitar skills are so legendary and so fierce that if you're stood right next to her, she will melt your face. So it sounds great, but that is a bit fierce. She is loving it at the moment. She's very good. A lot of people come to see Gamora. Unfortunately, a lot of people end up with melted faces. So let's leave her to that. Who else have we got? Here we have Quake. For those of you who are fans of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. program, you'll be familiar with this character. She's looking very casual for a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent at the moment. I've only recently just got her, so she's only on level 2. She does look a little bit confused. I think she's wondering why she put purple lipstick on this morning. It is a strange choice. Anyway, let's get her at the quad. She's gonna go for a bit of a read. Try and get some peace and quiet away. The only place to do that is by lifting herself off the ground and finding herself her own little pedestal away from everybody else. That must be nice to do that, although she's kind of ruined the architecture there, so that's not so great. Here, in this very funky Union Jack jumper, and his very smooth and suave hair, and his ginormous blonde eyebrows, is Captain Britain. Captain Britain has a couple of outfits. This is this supreme casual look, and he also has a bit more of a masked adamant thing going on. I have to say I prefer the jumper. He's a bit of a laugh, is Captain America, so I'm going to send him to the club and have him dance like an American for Lady Sif's amusement. The dancing skills shown in this game are quite remarkable. As you can see, he is quite adept. He is being photobombed at the moment by Ant-Man, who doesn't seem to want to do anything. Okay, but he is just grooving away. The Vision is here, he's popped up. Hello, Vision. I'm going to get you to alter your density. So he just wanders around the quad a lot of times, just going down into the floor and rising up out of nowhere, surprising people. Because he doesn't have to sleep, eat or drink, he has a lot of extra time in his hands, and this is how he fills it. Far be it from me to say whether that's right or wrong. Let's leave him to that. Here we have, although you might not have noticed her because she's so undercover, but the Wasp in a very inconspicuous outfit. Let's change that to something a bit more traditional. I quite like this one. This is Biker Wasp, looking pretty cool here. So she is very much into social media. She's constantly taking selfies and texting people. She could do with planning some parties. I think that might interfere with Drax. It does. So I'm going to have to get her to post things online everywhere. So she's just going to go on Facebook for a while, and Twitter, and Instagram, and Tumblr, and Reddit. She has everything. She's going to be there a long time. Let's leave the Wasp to that. Who else can we spy? Here is Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman has the privilege of being the only hero I've upgraded to their full capacity so far. I purchased her because Spider-Woman is one of my favourite characters. She's a bit lame in this, I have to say. So that was a bit of a disappointment, but she still kind of looks awesome. She has a very funky leather jacket, there it is. That's a full superhero outfit. At the moment she doesn't need to do much, so I'll send her on a random mission. I'll get her to go to the blasting range, I think. She can have a bit of a target practice. Off she goes there, unleashing her energy. She's pretty good at that. I see Loki in the foreground here. He's looking pretty suspicious as per. He's up to no good, I'm sure of that. He can study some mythology. Oh no, that will interfere. Anything he needs to do will interfere with other activities going on at the moment. So I'm going to get him to go home. He can go to the Bifrost and travel home to see his family. See Odin and Thor. I'm sure he's been missed. Off he goes. I'll leave him to that. Who else do we have? We have Spider-Man in the distance, but people don't seem to realise he's Spider-Man. They keep calling him Peter Parker. I think the Spider-Man t-shirt currently for me gives that away, but there we are. So he's got the activities. He currently needs upgrading. I might be able to do that. To craft some Bugle exclusives at the Spider-Man workshop, which I can't do, but I can do some injectors that'll help me battle the lizard. The lizard is on the top of Oscorp building, as you can see him here, looking all mean. He's currently at full health, so that's going to be a bit of a pain when I want to have a battle with him. He was turned into the lizard by the two gentlemen you can see down here, who were just stood around. As you can see, Dr. Otto Octavius, also known as the Octopus, Doc Ock, is just looking around, and Norman Osborn is just standing there looking evil, just waiting around at the Oscorp Institute outside the Academy. Because they're not within the barriers of the walls, we can't actually remove them, which is a bit of a shame. Over here we have a bit of a New York area here. These are all Spider-Man based. These, oh my god, one of Dr. Octopus's Octobots has attacked my photo studio. Let me see if I can remove that. Get rid of him. Yes, that is removed. Behind that is a power station, which another Octobot is attacking. Let's get rid of that. I don't have enough web shooters. I'll have to leave it there. Some buildings covered in webbing that I haven't unlocked yet. We have some skycopters, which are very handy. I don't really remember them in the comics. We have the Daily Bugle, which is a very small building nowadays. But usually, if you look closely, you can see J. Jonah Jameson in there, shouting at someone or other. Over here is a research centre, which helps you upgrade your web shooters. And here we have Spider-Man's workshop, which we went to earlier on. In front of it are two presents. And I say presents because, I don't say gifts, because they're full of spider crates, but they're things you have to buy with your actual money. So, no thank you, although I do want the Spidey balloons. So that's, that might happen. Let's have a look, see who else is walking around. Here is T'Challa, also known as the Black Panther. He's just hanging around. Let's have him use his cat-like reflexes at the Wakandan embassy. You can see him in his natural habitat. And off he goes. And now he's just going to a bit of a jump around the trees, perch on some branches next to a pelican. Climbing on top of the rocks here. Having a bit of a look around, just jumping about really. Watching on as the falcon runs away in the distance. Let's leave him to that. Let's have a look at what Rocket Raccoon is doing. Hey there, Rocket. You need upgrading, but you cost me things I can't buy. So I can't upgrade you unless I buy that. And that will cost me 120 shards. That is cheeky. So, I think we should give Gamora someone to dance to her music. So let's send Rocket off to the club to have a bit of a boogie. Hopefully, Rocket has built up his immunity and therefore his face won't be melted by Gamora's singing. No, he quite likes it. He is enjoying himself greatly there. That's good to see. Oh, off he goes. Yep, he's loving that. Either that or he is writhing about in pain. Gamora has just finished her set, so we can take her off that. Sorry, Rocket. You are now dancing to nothing. Let's get Gamora doing something else. Let's just send her to the SHIELD HQ to study some dead planets. That's her doing something. Okay, let's have a look at the Captain America. Now, Captain America had a very funky jacket on at first, but he's got a bit more professional here. He's got a few things to do with his time. I think I might send him to the gym. Make sure he's topped up, keep those muscles toned and stretched. He never takes his shield off ever. He even uses that whilst on the treadmill, which I think must be help his back muscles no end. There he goes. And he'll just stay like that for a good couple of hours now. So I'll leave him to that, Steve. Here we have Miss Marvel. She needs to go to the dorm, but I think... Oh no, she can get to the dorm. She's gonna just pop in there and beat some games. Whatever that means. I figure she plays video games. I don't know much about the character. The Taskmaster is here as well, in a very strange bandana on his face and a scar, which means you know he's up to no good. I'm going to give him to Captain Britain to have a bit of a dance partner, because that's nice. Taskmaster likes to do the twist. Unfortunately, the Taskmaster's powers involve him being able to mimic and anybody's abilities and use them as long as he's seen them. Unfortunately, he's not used that for his dance skills, as that is very embarrassing. Lady Sif looks on, unamused. Ant-Man, here you are. This is him out of his costume. What can he do? Let's have a look-see. Now, what's pretty handy actually is Ant-Man is very generous with his time. He will often help just protect the Academy from Hydra tanks which show up. So let's watch him do this. So he's going to grow to giant size here. And he's going to have a bit of a jump and go over to the edge of the Academy, looking over it. And oh my god, wouldn't you believe it, a Hydra air balloon has arrived. So he's just going to tear it apart, beat it up, and throw it away. So, you know, the air is in safe hands while he's doing that. Here we have Star-Lord. He is also looking to party, which is pretty handy. So let's send... Oh, he can't party with the Earthlings. That interferes with what Lady Sif is doing. Well, I don't think he's going to be into that, so I think I might send him to have a dance-off with Rocket at Club Galaxy, even though there is no music playing. Star-Lord, look at him go. As we know, he is quite the mover. He is a bit of a Michael Jackson type. Pretty good there. Him and Rocket get on like a house on fire on the dance floor. So let's leave them to that. Did I ever give Spider-Man something to do? I didn't. So let's have him. I'm going to put him with Spider-Woman. Oh no, actually I'm going to send him to Stark Tower to work on some antidote, which will be very helpful in defeating the lizard. So let's get him in there. And he's speaking to Jarvis, finding a way how to do that. I'm sure he'll work something out. Agent 13 is here. She is relatively useless, I have to say. She permanently tries to break and enter the Avengers Hall, which seems a bit pointless because they did give her a key. I think she's just trying to find something to do. And it also helps that it kind of annoys Nick Fury. So, let's watch her attempt today. Foiled again, Sharon, I'm afraid. You just carry on like that, that's fine. I think that might be everybody. I think everybody's set for something to do now. I don't think there's anyone wandering around. No. Okay. So, this is a little insight into the game. It is quite a bit of fun if you're interested. I would recommend it. It whiles away a few hours. The missions are pretty samey, that's the only thing. You just permanently, like a lot of these games are very similar in the fact that, you know, you have an event for your character to do, but it takes about 24 hours for them to do, which is a bit irritating. But there it is. Let's just have a final look round. Here you can see the Hulk is trapped in a gamma blast at level 35, I believe. He finds a way to break out of this radiation zone. God help us all. I think you can see what seems to be Fing Fang Foom here, tucked sleeping away. It's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that leads to a Doctor Strange event. Then you have the Frost Giants here, and as you can see, stuck in the ice is Thor battling a Frost Giant. Eventually we will be able to free him from that. So I'm going to hop back onto my railway carrier and go home. Thank you for coming along with me today. It's been much appreciated. I always enjoy showing people around the Academy. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon, guys. Okay,